What is going on, YouTube? Today's topic is quick big dicks.
No, that's not.
What was today's topic?
No. I was saying how videos like shorts are becoming, YouTube shorts are becoming really popular. We even see it with our videos. Our shorts are doing really good. But like TikTok shorts, Snapchat, stuff like that, it's becoming really, really popular. Do you guys think in the long term, is that going to have an effect on people?
No. I'm just kidding. I think it's already had an effect on people. I think everybody, like, I call it the microwave effect. People just want shit now. They don't want to throw shit in the oven and wait an hour.
Mm-hmm. Straight to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just want shit, 30 seconds,
Instant.
done. Mm-hmm.
No.
No dialogue. Just
Except for sex. 30 seconds is way too short.
You think so?
Oh my God.
Well, there's
We know how long he's doing it. We know how long he's doing it for.
15 seconds.
Holy shit.
bam.
Straight to the point, dude.
I mean,
this is short.
Do you guys watch more shorts than you do like longer videos?
Man, it's getting very addicting to watch shorts now.
TikTok is super addicting, man. That is a rabbit hole that I still can't find the end of TikTok, bro. I've been trying for like a year.
I mean, I like long videos too, but some of those like it gets straight into the information, you know. But I'm not watching like stupid videos. I'm watching educational videos. So
yeah,
it's
you're
like
still so dumb.
so what I fear about it is that it's gonna
This
get
is
us
a legitimate fear?
Yeah, no, well, not for me. I don't
Okay.
give, but I'm worried about society long term, that it's gonna affect us in a way where, like, our attention span is gonna be much shorter than what it is now, and when people
Squirrel. Like that?
yeah, like just like that.
Yeah.
If people set themselves goals, are they gonna be able to follow through? Because it's gonna take a while, you know.
Depends on who you are. Because just like we had on the last episodes talking about motivation and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the same way as somebody that wants shit now. They don't want to put in the work. They want everything done now.
Well, you ever watch a YouTube video and like the introduction is way too long, especially like, say you're like working on your car. So you're looking up a video of how to fix something on your car. Hey guys, my name's Tony, and today I'm going to show you how to work on a Nissan Altima. This is a 2007 Nissan Altima. I bought it from the dealer
It's a waste of
with
time.
3 miles, and it's like fucking skip. I'm like, come on, dude.
Those
Get to replacing the goddamn
you
flux
just wanna see
capacitor
the
already.
Job. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to. You don't care about the guy. You just want to see the fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that shit's kind of annoying. But nobody has really come out with shorts yet. They're like, well, they have on TikTok, like, what do they call it? Refurbishing? When you take something that's old and make it new again? Yeah, like refurbishing stuff.
I like those videos.
Yeah, those are addicting as hell. Mm-hmm. You know they have shorts on porn now?
No.
They do.
Shit.
And they also have, I don't know why I'm talking about this because it's off subject. You can link your toys now to your porn videos. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah. If you go on Pornhub and you have like a special vibrator, you can link that vibrator to the porn video and it synchronizes. So like,
What the fuck?
so like your vibrator is thrusting when the video is like
Your vibrator.
the girl's vibrator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
I
just,
don't use
just wanted to clear that up.
I don't use vibrators anymore. No, yeah, but yeah, they have like porn shorts and all kinds of stuff. It's crazy.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
But yeah, like I said, man, I think the whole world, like people just want things to be quicker and faster, and even like transportation, everything, bro. It's just got to fucking happen right now.
Yeah, food too. It's
Instant
Yeah,
food.
Everybody's Uber Eats. Nobody wants to go to the fucking store no more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, everything, man, is just like it's got to be like who can. I guess it's efficient. You know, some
It is.
some stuff is more efficient, but it's like fuck, man.
Is it
We still have 24 hours in a day. You know.
So, if everything's quicker, you know, like how you said, like people could bring food to you, that means you should be cutting down on time wasted, right? It should give you more time to be efficient,
To be productive.
and to be productive, but that's still not happening.
Some ways, because a lot of it is still very unsafe.
Like
know
what?
I'm saying? You order fucking
On a
food.
fucking dildo that's moving to a fucking...
Yeah, dude, you're gonna
fuck yourself up.
Yeah.
That's not unsafe, man.
It's not unsafe until it fucks your insides up.
They love having their insides fucked up, man. From what I've been told.
It's prepping you for your colonoscopy. It's gonna be easy for you.
Oh, is that where they stick something up your butt?
I think that's why, bro.
Yeah, the camera?
Yeah.
Make it easy for you.
I think they're sponsored by GoPro.
Oh, shit. Sponsor us, GoPro.
Milwaukee M12.
Yeah. Milwaukee makes everything.
They make toothbrushes now, too.
They're the new kitchen maid.
Mm-hmm.
Toothbrushes. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, Milwaukee makes a toothbrush for the job site.
Does it come with a wrench at the other end?
Oh, it's not a toothbrush. That's a wire brush.
No, it's a legit,
Damn.
it's a legit toothbrush.
Disappointed.
I'm disappointed in this topic because I don't know how else to touch on it. Like, yeah, everything is getting faster and quicker. But yet, when I log into Pornhub, my shit still buffers.
So again, you don't think that because of this short span that of wanting something quick, information super quick, you're gonna want your goals to happen that much quicker? Like, you're not gonna be able to.
Yeah, dude, people are.
You're not gonna be able to follow through on your goals anymore because you want that shit to be happening.
Yeah,
right
people
now.
are super impatient, bro, and so let's just say somebody's goal is to buy a house. You know, they think about the cost of the house and, oh my God, it's $500,000. And do you know how long it would take me to save 20%, you know, for that house? And then they just start thinking about it too much, and then they give up before they even try because it's too hard. So then they're like, oh, well, I'm just going to rent because I really need to get out of my parents' basement. So renting is just so much easier because I only have to come up with, you know, first and last month's rent and then a security deposit. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think Shorts has made things that way. I think...
Well, let's say, like, for example... I
think they just kind of go hand in hand, but I don't think the Shorts made people lazy like that or it's ruining their goals. I think people are ruining their goals on their own.
Well, like, for example, you
lazy.
mentioned like buying a house. So you watch a short, and it's like, oh, all you have to do is come up with this down payment, and then you escrow, and then you get an inspector to come in, boom, keys. So then you're like, all right, I can make that happen. And then you got to do the loan application. You got to get approved. That you got to get all the documentation together.
Got to make sure your credit's good.
Like, all that shit. It's months. It takes a while to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And then once you get into it, do you really want to fucking do all that work? When you just watch a short and the guy made it seem so fucking quick and possible.
Most people don't, man. That's why I say they give up on their dreams because they realize how long it takes to achieve some of their dreams and goals. And so they just give up before they even start. But back to our previous episodes, man, that's called having a bitch ass mentality, a weak ass mind. You know?
So if you already have it, right?
If you already have a
weak mind, you're trying to work your way out of it.
Fall off a bridge. I don't know. So, like,
what?
If you have a weak mind, jump off a bridge. I don't know. Change it, man.
Yeah. How do you help it?
How do you help?
How do you help people like that?
I don't think anybody can help somebody. I think you have to help yourself.
Well, you got to get the information and become aware of that. Some people are so fucking...
Watch motivational videos, man. Listen to Joe Rogan. Listen to David Goggins. Listen to Jocko Willink. Fuck, dude. Watch something to inspire you and motivate you.
So they all pretty much say the same thing. But they never give you the details on how they actually did it.
Yeah.
So, for example...
Yeah, they do.
No, because I know I've seen a lot of videos where they're like...
Watch Brad Leah.
You have to set your goal. And you have to vision it. Where do you want to end at? You got to believe in yourself. And you got to believe in your dream. And follow through. And persevere. And fucking work hard every day. And then it stops there.
Man, there's so many days when I'm like getting ready to leave the house to go to work. And I kind of tell myself like, I don't want to go to work, but I tell myself like, oh man, maybe I'll just call out tonight and take the night off. And it's so easy if I wanted to, but I force myself and I tell myself like, no, I'm going to go in. I'm just going to get it done. Like I said previous, dude, you got to trick your mind and you got to tell your mind like, oh, well, you know what? I'll just go to work for 2 or 3 hours and then I'll leave early.
Yeah.
But people have to figure that shit out on their own. Like you could tell somebody till they're blue in the face to be motivated and never give up and follow your dreams. And like, nobody's going to get me to quit smoking these vapes except for me. I've got to want it. Mind over matter,
Mm-hmm.
That's the only.
I think so. Like what you're saying would most of it would apply to somebody that's already like older, like say like already in their.
No, because I think 5 years ago I had a weak ass mind.
Okay, no, I know, but you can also say you could start off from as a child from your parents or a mentor actually teaching you these values also. So if you're being babied as a kid, I noticed that. I know because I got a lot of friends.
There's plenty of online coaches. I see that shit advertised everywhere.
Yes, but that's another thing. Some people who aren't shown that growing up as a kid, they don't give a fuck about that shit.
Shown what?
Get older, how to become that person, how to become motivated, how to.
But nobody showed me that.
Well, but that's not everybody. That's what I'm saying. A lot of them. Like in my culture, in my Black culture, I can't speak for everyone, but I know that a lot of us are not being taught that growing up.
Taught what though? To stay motivated?
Any of that, dude.
But I wasn't taught that.
We're taught. Okay, but look on from my perspective. From our side, what do you see most of the time from a Black kid?
I don't see.
I want to be a fucking athlete. I don't see football. I want to play basketball.
Yeah.
I want to be a rapper. They never talk about.
We had a fucking Black president for 8 years.
That's one person out of the whole world.
But it was done.
Yes, but that is one person in the whole world.
Yeah.
But we got to be realistic. Not everybody can be a fucking.
But
person.
that is real. That's reality.
It is realistic for a low percentage, extremely low percentage. That is not.
I feel like it's an excuse, bro.
It's not an everyday thing.
I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to say that your guys' culture doesn't have it harder or easier or any of it, but I think it's a fucking. Sorry if I offend anybody.
I'm talking about teaching. So I'm saying, as far as being taught, that has a lot to do with it. If you're not being taught a lot of this shit growing up, if you're growing up,
how many stories do you hear about a pro fucking NFL player that grew up in the fucking
most of them
in the hood,
yeah, like 90% of them,
and grew up fucking gangbanging, and then figured out he wanted to play sports because he was good at it, and then got a fucking scholarship and ended up getting a full ride to a college and then getting drafted into the fucking NFL.
Yeah, 90% of them.
So, but I mean, it's all excuses, bro. If you use that as your my people and we weren't taught this and we weren't shown this,
you can use it.
You're always going to find
an excuse. It as an excuse. Yes, you can. But in reality, this is life. This is the way it is. A lot of us will not figure that shit out until later down the line because they weren't taught that shit.
I don't know about you, so sorry to cut you off. But like, for example, my grandparents were first generation here in America. I don't know about you, but like when you come here into an unknown country, you're learning shit as you go, so they learned things or they brought things from where they came from, which was Colombia. Yeah. And they came here and they brought their principles here. So they had to learn the American way, but they didn't really figure it out because they're already old. They're already stuck in their ways. So then my mom had to learn shit, but she was already old enough. So the same thing. She's kind of stuck in her ways. So I'm the first generation born here, so I'm learning shit.
You kind of get a mixture of both ways.
But like if you're already here and you've already had generations here in America, there's already a different mentality. You already have an advantage over us where it's like, for example, like, okay, if you're going to make it in America, you got to fucking work hard and you got to do this. But the only chances or only possibilities, let's say for Hispanics, right? You have to become a gardener, right? Early on, you have to become a gardener. That's the only ways. How else? Oh, well, you got to sell flowers off the fucking freeway.
Like your way in.
Yeah, that's how you're going to make it. That's how you're going to bust your ass off.
I don't see it that way because anybody, bro, it doesn't matter. Black, white, yellow, brown, anybody that is working, let's just say, selling fucking oranges on the side of the road, okay? Of any race, and you see a fucking Ferrari pass you, and it doesn't piss you off and motivate you because anybody can go buy that Ferrari. You don't walk into a Ferrari dealer and they say, oh, sorry, you're this color, we're not going to sell you a Ferrari. Anybody can walk in there and buy one. So if that doesn't piss you off and motivate you, I want to fucking buy a Ferrari one day, then you can't get taught that, bro. Like, nobody can teach you that type of motivation. You've just got to have it. You just got to see shit and be like, you know what? I want that. Let me figure out how to get it.
The
and
motivation can grow.
Yeah, for sure it can. For sure it can grow. But
I know for a fact, growing up, I wasn't always as motivated as I've been.
Yeah,
it grew. The motivation grew. The knowledge.
Well, you also mature as you
as you age. That's what I'm saying. So it wasn't like.
But you're maturing here.
I'm still maturing.
You're maturing here.
Yes.
If you were maturing somewhere else that isn't the United States, your mentality is going to be completely different.
I'm going to think totally different. I'm only going to see what I see and know what I know. But me being the person that I am, I have always wanted more. So I would go out of my way.
I think everybody wants more. I think every person.
Who's really going to go do it?
People that have the fucking dog in it, dude.
And that's where I'm saying I would go out and fucking do it. Nothing was holding me back.
Yeah.
I fucking did my own research. I actually put the work in. When people are scared to do certain things,
but who taught you that?
The extra motivation came from me.
Yeah. But no one taught you to get on your phone and how do I fucking go buy a house? You just figured it the fuck out because you wanted it so bad.
And because you're curious. You're curious and you want to do shit.
Yeah.
You always figure out how the fuck does he have that?
Exactly.
Why can't I get it?
Exactly. Anybody can get it, dude.
Yes.
You just gotta fucking do it on your own. Like, nobody is going to take care of you except for you. I'm sorry. Your wife, she doesn't give a fuck about you like you give a fuck about you. Your kids, they don't care about you like you give a fuck about you. So you have to be there for yourself every fucking day. Your parents, your wife and kids, your fucking brother and sister, none of them care about you the way you care about you. Like, you have to just look out for yourself. And if you want something and you want it bad enough, you're going to figure it the fuck out. You know, ever since I was, God, dude, I don't know, maybe like 12 years old when I started riding dirt bikes, I would see people on the road riding Harleys. Ever since I can remember, bro, all I fucking wanted was a Harley and a leather vest. Like, that's all I dreamed about. And I'd never even been on a fucking Harley Davidson. I just see fucking dudes tatted up, big beards, fucking old ladies on the back with their fucking titties hanging out and just cruising down the fucking road looking like badasses. And that's all I ever fucking wanted. It took me a lot of years to get one, but I finally did, man. Like, I just had to figure it out. I just had to keep every day grinding and going to the same shitty job and making shit-ass money and putting every nickel and dime I could away. And then other shit would come up, you know? Stuff would break on my other car. Something would break on my house. Just other financial responsibilities would come up and it would set me back, you know? And I just had to fucking not give up on that dream, even though it's a small dream. But I just had to not give up and just keep going after it every single day.
So I think you're like, that's a perfect example that you're bringing up. But to his point, in that environment that you grew up, that was a possibility. You had a dad that fucking worked his ass off and bought his house and stuff. You guys used to ride when you guys were younger. So when you go and you see, hey, or say to yourself, I want to buy a fucking house, I'm gonna do that shit because that's a possibility. I know I can do it because I seen my dad do it.
But just because you don't see somebody doing it or have somebody showing you how to do it doesn't mean it's not a possibility.
No, it's not a possibility, but it makes it that much easier. Knowing the fact that your parents were able to do that, it's so much easier on you. Like,
it's not an excuse. I get it, but having that blueprint in front
of you, that's like
a whole lot easier and achievable.
I might get some major hate for this, man, right now, what I'm about to say, but I don't really care because this is just how I fucking feel.
That's fine.
That's like people still saying that certain races are oppressed and they don't have it as easy or as good. And that's where I'm like, bullshit.
So there's an act. And
all three of us come from different walks of life.
Yeah.
And we're all three different races, yet all three of us work the same job and make the same money. And we're all also fucking three completely different generations. I'm 28, you're
37.
And you're
35.
35. I mean, you guys are same generation, but I'm way younger. I'm almost 10 years younger than you. You know? It's fucking possible for anybody, bro. Whether you grew up in the fucking suburbs or you grew up in the fucking hood, whether you were fed with a fucking wooden spoon or a silver spoon.
I believe that too. It's possible for anyone. But like I said, it's easier for some, and it is going to be tougher no matter what.
I just don't see it. I don't see it that way.
It's easier and harder for
I think we all like.
You cannot tell me that somebody that is taught this growing up and being somebody that's being carried to go to school, somebody's got a full ride, being paid for by their parents, and all this other shit is not different than somebody that has a fucking struggle.
I guess if you grow up with a silver spoon in your mouth and, you know, when you're a teenager, you're just getting handed fucking an allowance and your mom and dad are buying you a car and all that, then yeah, I could see.
And stay at home and I got you. Just go to school.
I could see that. But when you just grow up, like I didn't grow up fucking rich. We grew up, I don't know, I guess middle class or just below middle class. Like I can remember my parents talking about struggling financially when I was growing up. I can remember my dad having to work, 12-hour days, 6 days a week just to put food on the table and pay bills. But that actually motivated me in a way. Because when I look back on my younger years, not that we didn't have a fantastic life, because we did, but I always knew that I didn't want to struggle financially, and I never wanted to fucking say to myself or my significant other, like, we can't afford that. I never want to fucking say that. That should be motivation for anybody that grows up like that. Just hearing your family say, oh, I don't know how we're going to buy groceries this week. We got to clip coupons or something. That right there should click in your brain as you mature and get older. And that should, you know what? I'm going to do better. But people have become lazy. And I guess you just get used to it. You get used to being in that class of life but I don't know, man. I don't think it should be used as a fucking crutch or an excuse.
Yeah, I don't think people just became lazy. I think lazy it's been around forever, and it started from then. And people grow into it. They're born into it. They stay in that shit. A lot of them do, because I'm pretty sure there's more lazy people then than there is now. I see a lot of fucking people doing a lot of fucking great things right now. Mm-hmm. You see it all over YouTube and fucking Instagram. Motherfuckers is making money.
Mm-hmm. Well, right now, in the day that we live in, I think it is the easiest time right now to get rich and to make it in life.
I agree.
Because this thing right here, dude, is your number one tool. And fucking almost everybody has one. I don't care where you grow up. Like, everybody has access to the internet, one way, shape, or form. In America, where I'm not, there's other countries and shit that don't, but we're sticking to America right now, I think,
Yeah, for sure.
And with, you got kids out there that are fucking 15 years old that are making millions of dollars off playing video games.
True.
And people watching a kid play a video game.
True.
And then you got other kids out there that are 18, 19 years old that use fucking grandma's inheritance to buy Tesla stock and became fucking multimillionaires, you know? Like right now is the easiest time to make it in life and to figure shit out. I mean, granted, things are expensive, you know, right now. Gas and houses and just utility, like everything's up in price with the way the economy is. But if you have a little bit of motivation and some discipline and determination, man, you can make anything happen right now. It's just all about here.
You don't necessarily have to reinvent the wheel.
No,
you know,
because somebody's already done it.
Yeah, somebody's already done it,
and somebody's gonna show you how to do it. None of us do. We don't know how to make a podcast, but we're going off of other people that we watch.
Yeah.
You know, and getting ideas from them, and how do we set up our camera, and what kind of microphones do we need, and what kind of lighting, and you know, everybody watching this, they don't realize what environment we're sitting in, and we had to learn that shit. Nobody taught us. Me and you just had an idea one day. Let's just start this up and let's try it.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said before, a year from now we might have 300 subscribers, or we might have 3 million. We just don't fucking know. We're just trying something, dude. You know?
Yep.
That's all people got to do is you got to stay consistent. I mean, we've been doing this, for maybe like a little less than 2 months now, and we haven't given up. And, you know, hopefully we're still doing this in 2 years.
Yep.
You know? Consistency is key with anything.
I agree.
Your diet, your fitness, your job, you know, your hobbies, school, consistency is key. If you keep doing shit every day, even if you only get 1% better every day, you're still 1% closer, you know? It's going to take a long time, but that's where people have to stop looking at the short term of things.
Yep.
It's interesting I say that, huh?
Very interesting. Boom. Let's bring one up.
Yeah, man. I mean, you guys have to start looking at your long-term goals and realize things aren't going to happen overnight, and they're not going to be easy. Anything that's easy isn't going to be worth it. You know, if it was easy to get a 6-pack, nobody would fucking appreciate it. I think I said that before.
Yeah, you did.
You know, if it was easy to buy a house or to fucking have a mansion, nobody would fucking feel cool about having a mansion or a fucking Lambo sitting in their driveway. Because everybody would have one and it would be so easy. And nobody would pull up to the grocery store and be like, dude, that's a sick car. Like, oh,
it's just a regular
another
car.
fucking Lambo.
Damn.
Like, it's like seeing a fucking Honda Civic, you know?
Yeah.
So, that's all I got to say on it.
Me too.
Yeah.
I got none to say.
Well, fuck Joe Biden.
Taking our gerbs.
So yeah, stop watching YouTube shorts, and
except for ours.
maybe you could look at it like this though. Maybe YouTube shorts are good.
Yeah.
Because I could sit on my phone and watch YouTube for an hour, or I could watch 2 shorts for 2 minutes. I don't know. It's all how you look at it.
Yeah. You're skipping some of the bullshit in between, right?
Yeah. I mean, I could sit there and waste an hour of my day, or I could waste 5 minutes of my day.
Right. I like using YouTube shorts like in the morning. Like instead of watching like, let's say 10, 30-minute video about motivation, like a YouTube short where it's just like quick, nice, nice topic. And it really gets me going in the morning. So I like using it that way. Instead of, like, oh shit, I just wasted a whole fucking 30 minutes watching this video. And I got good information there, but it took 30 minutes.
Well, you know what they say one of the most unhealthy things that we do nowadays is? The first thing you do, or the first thing that most people do when they wake up, is they look at their phone.
Yeah.
Check their texts, emails, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is. They say you should wake up, and the first thing you should do is drink a liter of water. Leave your phone on the nightstand. drink a liter of water, and get started with your day. And then after you're up for about an hour, then check your phone. It's the same concept. They say you're not supposed to have a blue light before you go to bed, which blue light is emitted from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And they say that is like one major no habla inglés. They say that's one major reason why people have insomnia, because they're looking at their phone when it's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
And if people would just put their phone away and shut the TV off, you go to bed a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
So
And using red light to wake up.
red light therapy. Red light, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Masturbation. That's what puts me to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I need my phone for that.
Too much blue light.
Yeah, too much blue light.
No blue balls. Though.
Yeah. Amen, brother. I think that's all we have for today's podcast, guys. So get off your lazy ass. Before you do that, though, like, subscribe, comment. Tell me how much of a
fucking
asshole I am. You know, make Daniel feel good about himself. Make Isaac feel good about himself.
I already feel good.
Well, you could look a whole lot better. I'd say that.
I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, like, subscribe, and get off your ass and go do something with your life, you know? Make something of yourself. Don't fall into the patterns of everybody else and be lazy.
Just get started. You'll fucking figure it out on the way. You'll figure shit out. You'll get better at things. Just fucking get started.
It's either day one or one day. How do you want to look at it?
Mm-hmm.
Day one and above. Just keep going. Mm-hmm. Never look back.
And if you think about quitting, quit tomorrow.
Ooh, that's good.
And then when tomorrow comes and you still think about quitting, go one more day.
Yep.
Quit the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Just take one day at a time.
You just never know what tomorrow could bring.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Life's like a box of chocolates. Never know what you gonna get.
Never know what you're gonna get.
All right, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.